Did you wake up this morning feeling a little bit flat, a little bit lack of energy? Don't worry, you're not alone. We're all in it together because today, technically, is the most depressing day of the year. Not much cheering, that is it? It's called Blue Monday. Anyway, stick with me with this episode. I'm going to explain a little bit more of why we feel how we do. But the great thing is how very quickly we can start feeling a lot more positive and flip this frown upside down and make it into a smile. This is Life with Paul M, where I talk about real life stories of life's ups, downs, and what we learn along the way to push through to feel more positive and better equipped to handle what life throws at us. So what is Blue Monday exactly? Well, apparently, statistically, today is the day when more people feel a little bit more flat, and you could say your air has come out of the balloon, that you pumped up over New Year. We all had time off over Christmas and holiday season, spent time with loved ones, relaxed, got away from work. We started January the 1st with all this energy and great intentions of new year, new me. And then as we know, we open up into January, the first week or so, it's getting back into the swing of things. It's like we'd never worked before. We'd never done the normal stuff before. Credit card bills come through. And it's that realization of, we've got a lot of time to wait until we go on holiday or we've got certain things going on. However, the good news is we can get on top of this. How? Well, I think little things like our habits. And I know it sounds a bit Groundhog Day and it's difficult to always be positive, okay? However, having a sense of perspective of life, of how lucky you are, gratitude. So I'm not banging just the gratitude drum. I'm just saying perspective is look at where you are, look at where you could be, and look at where others are. It's almost like, have you ever come across somebody who on the outside, they're not as successful as what success is supposed to look like? Whether it's their physical health, their mental health, their materialistic success. However, they seem to be happy. How are they doing it? What is the magic? How are they finding that happiness and contentment and spring in their step when they've been dealt that hand and others have got this hand, which surely means everything should feel better? It's not true because it all comes within. So again, it's down to how do you feel that? Well, for me, a couple of key things is what we do with our spare time. Are we doing anything that's constructive that's going to help us? You remember when you're a kid and your parents are telling you to eat vegetables? Can't be bothered, they don't taste nice. I'd rather the gravy and the chips, okay? That's the short-term gratification, is the things that we do, whether it's shopping, whether it's our mobile phones, whether it's alcohol, whether it's loads of different things that we do for a quick fix. Whereas the vegetables might not taste so great, but they're going to do you good. And that's a bit like what our habits are. If we spend too much time doing all of the phone and the short dopamine hits, nothing wrong with some of that. But if we don't do enough of the stuff that's going to nourish us and build our foundations and even help us develop more, then we're going to be stuck in that same place. The people that we spend time with, who knows the expression mood hoover? Hit like if you know that expression. A mood hoover is somebody that sucks the mood out of a room, an atmosphere, a conversation. It's all doom and gloom. And then on the flip side, hit like if you know someone that's a mood booster who just in a conversation can lift you up, can give your head a bit of a wobble and make you realise that, you know what, things aren't that bad. So I think it's our habits, it's the people we spend time with, it's what do we do to help ourselves? You know, I'll give you a quick little story. I went swimming today. I've got a bad knee, so I can't do my normal training. I've gone swimming. I'm an average swimmer. And I'm in the swimming pool doing breaststroke. And I'll be honest, I'm knackered. And then people overtaking me, ladies that are maybe 20 years older than me, not as physically fit as I might be in terms of, you know, in a gym class. And they're just swimming past me effortlessly, as if they're like a swan floating on the water. And my little legs are like this, and I'm stopping, and they're just swimming past me. And things like that are so good for stripping back the ego and making you realise where you are, where other people are, how they're getting on with things, and where you're not. And that's not a bad thing, because we all get carried away with our own hype too often sometimes. And then I was in the sauna, and there was an old guy, I'm guessing in his 70s, and he was struggling to get in and out of the sauna a little bit. So he's a little bit unsure on his feet. And I'm thinking, you know what? You've been dealt the hand that you've got. You're in your 70s. You've not got the greatest of health. You've not got the worst health. But there you are, is getting on with your day, getting on with things. Third example from swimming. I've gone into the swimming pool area and there's a huge party going on. Oh, what's going on here? And there's about 25 women, all in their 60s, 70s and 80s, having like an aqua dance with an instructor, and they're jumping up and down and they're doing this and they're doing their exercise. And thinking, God bless you women, because you're inspiring me. And no doubt for some of these women, it would be so easy to sit at home and say, oh, I'm not as young as I used to be. I don't look how I used to look. I'm not as physically able to do as much as I used to do. I'm coming towards the later chapters in my life. These are all accurate tick, tick, ticks. But flip it round. What am I able to do? What controllables am I in charge of? Do I sit here at home, which is easy option, but don't feel great about it? Or do I go out, can't be bothered, but I'm going to get so much from it physically and mentally? So these women inspired me. So me got inspired today very much at the swimming pool by a lot of different people. So let me ask you and share with everybody on here, because we're all in it together like a jigsaw puzzle, is what works for you? What is your technique? How do you get through these mini little slumps? How do you blow your own balloon back up to get full of energy? I was watching a really, really good TV box set last night. It's called Derek. Let me know if anybody's seen that, with Ricky Gervais. I've never seen it before. Saw the first 3 episodes, and it's a guy who, I think he must be heavily autistic, working in a care home. So again, look at the hand that he's been dealt, look at what he can't do where he is in his life, but then look at what he can control and his energy and his outlook on life. He's happier than most millionaires. And there was a study, I've talked about it before, 1,000 millionaires were interviewed and 15% of them said they were depressed, not fulfilled. It has to come within. There's a book I read called The Inside Out. You've got to get your own foundations, and you can only create that yourself. And that might sound a bit hard, but that's also beautiful, that you have the opportunity to create by step through your habits, through the people you spend time with, through the different hobbies that you might try, what you watch on YouTube, what you watch on Netflix, Netflix, YouTube, TV, they're not all negative. There's loads of good stuff that can inspire you. So what are we doing with our time with that morning routine? I did an episode on morning routine of gratitude, movement, cold water, music, of how you can get your brain stimulated in the morning. At nighttime, be thankful for what the day's brought you today. So for me, it's difficult at this time of the year. But to be honest with you, forget Blue Monday. It's difficult on any given minute and any given day in the year for many, many, many people. Mental health is one of the biggest challenges that we all face. I've got ADHD, so I understand what a neurodivergent brain thinks like, of the overthinking. But we're all very similar. The people on the outside look like they are the most successful, most famous, most richest, most everything that's going on for them. No doubt there's certain areas that they're incredibly happy, but everything's relative in life. Most people, let's rephrase that, want a bit more in this. So if you're here, you want there. If you're there, you want there. So it comes down to, when is enough enough? It's contentment. Be ambitious, strive for more to be the better version of yourself, mentally, physically, financially. Always go for that, but you've got to find something within. So I feel a little bit lighter just talking about it, and I'm no different than everybody else out there. Every single day for me is, if you remember Forrest Gump, life's a box of chocolates. You never know what day you're going to get next. But what I try and do is bring in as many systems in place to give me the best possible chance of feeling reasonably good / really good. And it doesn't work all of the time, but it's a bit like driving with a car, the car lights off in the dark through a forest. if you've got the car lights on in the forest, it doesn't mean you're going to get through to the other side safely, but you've got a far better chance than if your lights are off from the car and you're just driving aimlessly. So is do what we can control, surround yourself with the right people. You know, I did an episode recently about using a whiteboard, or you could use a book, a journal of certain things that you want to just give yourself a bit more accountability of. It might be your sleep, how long you sleep for. It might be how present are you with your children. It might be your physical activities for the day. It might be how many pages of a book did you read. It might be how was your food, score yourself out of 10, how healthy did I eat today. It might be how productive I was out of 10. And if you make notes every day over the course of a week, you'll see your pattern. But it's human instinct. We kind of know where we're driving, and we'll try and make those changes along the way. I don't know. I might just be waffling. I usually do. Let me know in the comments if anything in this episode has resonated with you. All your likes and all your love are really appreciated, because it will also help YouTube understand who are the types of people that can maybe grab something from my episodes. And I think January in particular, we need to buckle in together, support each other, and try and uplift somebody else, because we all enjoy being uplifted. How about we do it to somebody else? Because guess what? They might then do it to somebody else, and it's a domino effect. Or it could just be a case of whoever we are nice to and send a message to, or just smile at, talk to a stranger so they're acknowledged, that they're seen. What that can bring them is what it can bring us on any given day, depending on how we feel. There we have it. This is Life with Paul N. I'm sending you lots of love. For me also, I'm starting as a life coach and a business coach in the coming days, weeks. So for me, it's new beginnings for me. It's stepping into the unknown. But I wouldn't be doing it if I hadn't had so much lovely support on social media and on YouTube. I don't know, over the years I've got to this point, maybe because I've gone through quite a few difficult moments myself, and a lot of good people have supported me. And I understand what it feels like to have anxiety, to have depression, to have insomnia, to have ADHD, to have money worries, to have business worries, to have personal life worries. I understand what a lot of these different flavours look like, but I also understand never give up hope, because every day is a different day. When you come through these things, you are better equipped in life. And then the beautiful thing is you've got more tools to help other people. So for me, where I'm in my life is very much now, I got a passion to help good people who want to help themselves, even if they don't know how to help themselves. The key thing is they want help, they want support, they want to have a happier, better version of themselves. I need the help myself. You know, we all need it together. So let's be kind, let's share love, keep going, don't stop, keep believing. You've been here before, you've been to a January mid-slump before, you've had difficult days before, and you've always got through it. So have that belief, that fortitude, that resilience. You've been here before, and you will overcome it, and you will feel better and even better and better. That's me done now. Thank you. Namaste. Have a great day, everybody.